Okay, this game, in the top right corner, we have ISL2-Zaraki spawning as the yellow Zerg, and in the bottom left corner, we have ISL2-Non spawning as the orange Terran. And immediately I'm rooting for Zaraki, not because just I'm a Zerg, but
Only partly because
he's
he's
a
a
really nice. Yeah, okay, well, mostly because he's a Zerg, but also he's a really nice guy, and I've been playing a bit with him, and I know he's a really good player. He's also on the team IFU, one of the Spanish Zergs, along with Ian Zerg, I know.
Ugh.
And I think Non is on team SAS. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, he
And
is.
I'll be very interested. Yeah, this will be a very interesting match. I know both of these players are very capable of advancing through this group, so it could be in the final, basically.
Yeah, both very good players. I think
Yeah.
I have good faith in both of them. Zaraki is definitely a name a lot of people will know, and obviously Non, slightly less well known, but a very accomplished player nonetheless. Nothing quite so cheesy starting out as of yet. The Zerg making sure to scout nice and early in preparation for what might be a 12 hatch, might be an overpull at this stage. Guess we're going to find out any second now. What would you recommend on Blue Storm, Megashira?
Well, CVT you should always 12 hatch, even on Blue Storm where rush distances are extremely short. But you should always 12 hatch. But then, of course, since it's such short rush distances, Terrans can do this, like block the expansion with an eBay, which
Yeah.
is incredibly annoying. It almost definitely forces the server to go with a 3-hatch build, unless it does like this go. I'm not sure what count that pool was on. Probably 12.
Yeah, I'd say that was a 12 pull.
I would assume.
So
So
I reckon that was a
that's
12
really
hatch denied.
what he's going for. Yeah, but I don't think he saw the engineering bay.
Well,
And I'm not sure about why he let the engineering bay finish.
no, I'm not sure about that either.
I think
It's
that's a mistake.
yeah. Also seeing him make what I think was a gas, and then cancelling it as natural.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on. What's going on with Non here?
I'm not sure if he's actually practiced this much, because of all the Terrans that I play against, never let the engineering bay finish.
No.
Because really, the Terrans don't need the eBay. He can't do anything with it other than block the expansion.
Yeah, and even this.
And generally, you want to have the Zerg waste as much time killing it, and then you cancel it at the last moment to get the money back.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, Terrans spawn at the good position when you're playing TVC, because you can block the choke with the depot and the racks.
Yeah.
If he would have spawned at the other position, he could have done that, but the Marines would have spawned on the wrong end, like outside the wall. So Zerglings could have gone there and just picked it off.
Yeah. That's pretty major oversight.
A lot. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot on this map when I spawn at bottom left.
Yeah.
Because I know that if the Terran walls, he's in big trouble.
But we do see a pretty early 2 racks from Non. So safe behind his wall right now against a small number of Zerglings that are coming in. But curious to see what plan he's got in his mind for this one. And we see the Zerg going for a 1 hatch lair with a second hatchery coming in of only 1 gas as well. I'd guess he'll lay down the gas in the natural as well and distance mine a little bit. But some very bizarre builds popping up here right away.
Yeah. I see what Zaraki tried to do. He tried to do the 12 pole into 2 hatch Muta.
Yeah.
And just make a ton of Mutalisks. But since his expansion got denied, and this build doesn't involve, it at most involve 2 Zerglings, because you're spending every money you can into drones.
Yeah.
And I think the build works if you get you can't drone scout, and you can only make 1 set of Zerglings.
Yep.
And if you get the hatchery and not blocked, then you'll have just enough for 6 mutas to pop. So it's like you get Mutalisk at 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is really strong if the Terran don't scout it or block your expansion naturally.
And we actually see him cancel his gas there as well. He put a drone onto the gas, but just before he was about to lay it down, he cancelled it. Now he's laid it down again. I'm not quite sure why he did that. Was he planning to conceal it from the engineering bay and then decided against it maybe? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think he's just not sure what to do at this point. I don't think he's
Yeah.
getting his hatchery blocked that much.
No.
I mean, Blue Storm is a really good map for Mutalisks if the Terran chooses Fast Expand, which the Terran is not. I mean, this 2-Rex is actually going. I'm really scared for Zerg because that 2-Rex is going to be so potent against this sort of build, especially when the Zerg has got his expansion
Yeah.
blocked like that.
And we see the Academy researching Stim now, and that's of course a really quick upgrade, so we expect Non to be moving out anytime now, and he does start heading out onto the map. Zaraki will see this, of course. But it's difficult to know what Zaraki's going to be able to do against this with one oddly placed sunken colony. I mean, if Non was to take up a good position at the top of that ramp, he could just stim down straight onto it and take it out pretty easily. I'm not quite sure what Zaraki's plan is for this. He's going to have to be really effective with those mutas, I guess.
Yeah, micromutas and just cross his fingers. That's his plan right now.
Yeah, like all 4 mutas are going to have to be sick.
Yeah, he's probably researching +1 upgrade.
Yeah.
So +1 attack for the mutas. But against this build, yeah, I mean, Non isn't even. He isn't even attacking. He's just holding back because he knows that if he can defend against the mutas, he'll be just fine. He'll just pick up the whole tree, get vessels and tanks on one base, and he'll steamroll.
And I don't think he'll have any trouble defending. In fact,
So
some mutas have come in just for a second and have had to pull back again. The Marines have Stim already. There are turrets up. Zaraki already in a pretty tight spot in this game. Mutas spreading across the map. I don't know quite what he's looking for.
Yeah, he pulled guys off the second geyser, knowing that this mutas isn't going to kill the Terran. So he's just doing what he can, and retaking his blocked natural.
And found the engineering
I
bay.
think he made all drones. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So pumping pretty hard on the economy.
Be making money. Yeah. So Non can't be making any more turrets, but I think he has enough. He has a little gap on the bottom side of his base that mutas can sneak in, but
the Marines could easily clear up any pressure that comes in there. I think it's still a pretty low number of mutas.
Yeah, there is a gap, like in the corner, like right in the corner.
Yeah, but not right here.
The depots are blocking up. Yeah, it's gonna block the Marines if the mutas get there.
Yeah.
So if you get his mutas there, he can do some damage, but that's all I see. Even if he does damage, he's pretty behind.
Yeah. The mutas coming in for a bit of a dig there at the Terran, but managing to just damage 1 missile turret, take out 1 SCV. Coming back in again for a hit at those 3 missile turrets, but they're really well clustered by Non in really good positions, and he's shutting out Zaraki pretty hard in this build.
Yes. Zaraki only making drones now, just trying to econ as hard as he can.
Yeah.
And, well, if he stabilizes and get a good number of drones, then I don't know. If he gets enough lurkers and links out to crush the Terran when he pushes out, then I don't know. We might have a game.
Non getting caught a bit here. Yeah, very nice micro by Zaraki, but Non getting caught just underneath that cliff. He needs to back off a little bit. I feel he could be a lot safer with this right now. He doesn't want to lose too many Marines, and that little bit of map control he can gain.
This is exactly what Zaraki needs. Just getting those positional advantage positions and just take the Marines that he can, because Terran is still on 1 base, so he can't be producing that many units that fast, so every Marine counts at this point. I mean, when Terran stays 1 base, the goal for the Terran is to hit before the Zerg gets the
Yeah.
Really, and the only way for Zerg to defeat the Terran that goes 1 base is just stay 2 base and just macro, get a bigger army to crush the Zerg's army.
Exactly.
There's no time to take up the hive. So, as we're seeing now, I think that's exactly what Zark is trying to do. No Evo chamber. I think that's going to hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, I really think it is. But maybe he's planning to finish Terran off a little bit earlier, but I can't imagine how that's going to happen. Having a bit of a whack at those Marines coming up the ramp there, but taking a lot of hits to his Mutalists. Camping a cliff again, just taking up a really nice position there and microing in and out a little bit more. In pretty sweet fashion.
He needs to keep the mutas alive.
Yeah, he really
does.
does.
He's losing a lot of mutas. Oh! God, that's a lot of mutas lost.
Ouch!
They have like 5 or 6 left now, because he really needed those mutas to contain the Terran.
Yeah.
And now the Terran can just get more and more map control, and you see Zaraki immediately throwing down 2 more Sunkens, really feeling threatened.
Yeah, very, very threatened. I mean, he's just binned a whole load of Mutalisks on that little engagement, but keeps producing more. probably switching to lurkers anytime soon. There are the first couple of Hydralisks. The Hydra Den has been up for a little while. Muta's
really,
tempting
has to
in.
resupply those mutas.
Yeah,
Those are the only thing that keeps the Terran in his base, and he needs to buy as much time as he can
yeah,
to get his army as big as possible.
yeah,
He's just getting his first lurkers now when he chooses to morph them.
yeah. A few mutas coming in again, doing some really nice micro, taking out a fair few Marines over the mineral patches. One fruitless little engagement at the end there, but some pretty nice micro from Zaraki. Just picking out all these edge Marines. Oh, losing a couple more mutas there. And one more again. It's starting to hurt pretty bad. These Marines are cheap, the mutas are not. And the first science vessel's now out. As soon as the radiate comes on, I think Zaraki's going to be in a world of pain.
Yeah, Zaraki has a lot of money in the bank. I don't know what it
Wow,
has to
he
do with
does.
him. Like, he had like 1,200 minerals and 800 gas.
Just not enough hatcheries,
He's
I guess.
taking 12 o'clock now, but
Yeah.
he should really throw down another hatchery.
Well, he really powered that
Yes, he
economy
has.
for a bit.
Yeah, he has a lot of drones, so he should add hatcheries.
Yeah.
A lot more hatcheries after that. Maybe even 2 more hatcheries, because, I mean, Zerglings and Lurkers don't cost a whole lot of minerals.
No.
So we'll see. Finally an EV chamber going down. He'd be wise to put down a second one, because if you don't get the melee upgrades for Zerglings,
Yeah.
once Terran hits like one or two armor advantage over the Zerglings, I mean, Zerglings don't kill anything.
No.
They'll just run in and die.
Yeah, speed zealot
Even
style.
with the crackling upgrade. Yeah.
Oh, bigger radiate going off on a lot of Mutalisks. Zaraki trying to split them, but they're taking a whole lot of damage. Most of the Mutalisks now severely damaged. Really, really horrible little episode for Zaraki. That's gonna
It's a
really
nice
hurt.
bit though,
Yeah.
I must say. It's really good of the Terran to always target the mutely stats like right on the bottom, so it's as hard as possible to split your mulisks.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Fair number of lurkers actually out finally for Zaraki, so he's going to try and take up that position maybe at the top of that ramp and get... I can't see why he'd want to get another base down there though. I think maybe a slightly misguided third base positioning there when he could have defended this further back position so much easier. And it looks like Non is actually going to go straight in there. If he just sims his Marines in, it looks like he must have scanned it and he's going to take down that hatchery. Really, really misguided positioning from Zaraki, but it looks like Zaraki could try and break here.
Yeah, I think if he gets the lurkers in a good position, he's gonna sandwich these Marines pretty bad, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna be able to get out without tanks.
No, definitely.
I mean, that's why it took 12 to begin with, because it has a lot smaller choke than like the corner expansions.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's
another bigger
really reserves
radiate.
are taking the bottom and top expansions.
Yeah.
But with no tanks, Terran can't really break out of this.
No.
And I mean, look how small his army is, and look how few reinforcements he has coming.
Yeah.
Now that's just what happens when Terran stays on one base. He just has no units.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
His
yeah, both players looking actually pretty thin. A couple of tanks now popping out for Non, so he'll finally be able to get a bit more pressure on. But it looks like Zaraki's perfectly happy to leave the remnants of that army in that fourth base position. Maybe you want to clean that up with a couple of mutas, but to be honest, mutas are on pretty low health. Just holding outside that area with a couple of lurkers rather, just to keep it contained.
supplies are actually quite equal.
They are.
I think